Oh, that looks mental. I am absolutely loving this lens right now. This is insane. Hey everyone, we're out here in the streets of Perth with the Sony A7 IV this time, and the new, well, it's new to me, the 14mm f1.8 prime lens. This is an ultra wide lens compared to my 16-35 f2.8. I'll talk about that more as we go along. So let's get started, frame up our first shot. I'm going to take you guys along. I'm going to take you all along for the ride. It's a really hot day. What I'm trying to frame up right now is this Ritz-Carlton building. I don't know how much of that you can see. I'm going to tilt it right back. So the Ritz-Carlton is right there. And we're just going to frame up this shot here. I'm going to hop out of the sun because I foolishly forgot my hat. I left it at work. So that's in a good place right now. Not. Okay. It's a good warm-up shot right there. Let's see if this person we can get. It's not always easy to get somebody in the shot. I was waiting for someone to come through here before, but now we've got another person that we can frame up in our shot. Okay, we got that. Let's move on through the forest. So this is the 14mm ultra wide angle lens from Sony. It's a prime lens, and as I just mentioned before, I do own a 16-35mm f2.8, but I'm actually selling that lens. Ooh, wonder if I can frame up this shot here. If you take a look right now, I've got those buildings and they're kind of framed up with the trees here. Hang on, what's going on? Right. Would help if I turn the camera back on. The only thing I find with this lens is because it's ultra wide, you've got to think a little bit differently. So let's just, wow, okay. I'm not even sure how this is going to turn out. But it's definitely an interesting shot. That's for sure. Okay, another thing to keep in mind here, we had that at f1.8, so let's put this at f8, sorry. And then this is where the problem is with this lens. Unfortunately, unlike the 16-35 f2.8, that has a filter thread, which means I can actually put an ND filter on it. But because, I don't know how much of this you can see, this has this little oval shape, you can't put a filter thread on it because there is none, which means no ND filter. And for those of you who are wondering what an ND filter is, it's like sunglasses for your camera. And essentially that will block out the sun and give you more of a cinematic type shot. Or in my case, the way I like to see it is you're able to better compose your shot and get a better photo. Even though I can't place an ND filter on this, there is a workaround. Now apparently you can have a cutout gel that you can put on the back of this. Let me know in the comments down below if you've used that or you've found an alternative solution. Oh, look at that. So that building right here, framed up with the trees around it, that just looks insane. That's beautiful. And then I've also got a bit of sun coming through as well. So what I'll do is I've just lowered my shutter speed to about one, but I can't even see it because the sun's that bright. 1/640th of a second. Okay. Hopefully these are turning out okay. As I mentioned before, because you can't use an ND filter on this, there is a workaround, that gel filter that I was talking about. But otherwise, if you don't have that, it's a matter of just cranking up your shutter. But this lens does allow you to be a little bit creative. And cranking up the shutter can either work for you or it can work against you. And this might just prove as an example why it might not be good. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh, that's perfect, look at that. I don't know how much I'll be shooting right now because I'm really feeling the sun on the back of my head and I'm not really liking it. Wonder if we can get somebody in the shot. Walking through, beautiful. All right, let's see if we can get this guy coming through the shot. Look at that. I'm really loving the tree as the frame, as I frame up the buildings. You might have guessed in other videos, if you're subscribed to my channel and you've seen them, I really love framing up my shots using the foreground elements to compose what's in the background. Right now we're going to head through Sterling Gardens here and see if we can look for some interesting subjects or people. All right, I'm going to see if I can sneak up on that person and take a photo of them without them knowing. Can we even see them in the image? There they are. The only thing is you're going to get real close up. Okay, I'm going to see if I can focus in on them. That's it. Nice composed shot. Take another one. They haven't realised I'm here. Don't know how. I'm virtually right up next to them. But that's pretty good. Oh, look at that. That's exposed for the highlights. So we're aiming for the sky. And we've got the buildings in the background. And then in post, hopefully, we can bring that back. So like I said, I've got the 14mm, but I've also got the 16-35. Now I'm going to be selling the 16-35mm f2.8 because it is bigger and bulkier, but it's also, it's dearer than the 14mm prime lens. And this one is a lot lighter and compact, and I would be happier and more gladly bring this with me on a photo shoot than the 16-35. Again, purely because of its size factor, but also what I love about this lens is its wide aperture. So you have an f1.8, which allows more light in and performs really well in low light. Subscribe if you would like to see future videos of me using this lens in low light. Okay, so, all right, with that photo just then, I ended up waiting for someone to come through the frame and use them as subjects in the foreground, but my main focus is really just to focus in on the buildings in the background. There's too much car noises, there's a lot of distractions in the background here, but I just waited for that next mob to come through so that I could frame them up. This is quite interesting. If we can get down low, wait for these people to come by. Love having the building in the foreground and the trees as my frame. I am absolutely loving this lens right now. I can't get enough of it, honestly. Hey, we've got pigeons. Oh, and just for Georgie Boy Productions, let's frame up this bin. we've got to get a bin. I seem to have this theme going on in my videos where I've taken photos of bins. Exposing for the highlights, I've got the bin framed up, buildings in the background. This is insane. I can definitely see myself using this lens more and more. While we're waiting to cross over, I'll get this gentleman focused. Again, buildings in the background. I'm getting down low, see if I can frame in on those, focusing on those people, but then get the building in the background. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot my hat. Right now, you guys are just staring straight ahead at this wall, but to give you a bit of an idea of what I'm looking at, right up here, up the top, is what I'm framing up. So just give us a moment. Got the tree here as part of my framing up shot, but I'm really focusing on this building and I'm trying to compose this shot. What else can we get here? I wonder if I can, some interesting, I like how the shadows here are in front of me.
2020 and 21, he's already paid 100.
And focusing on this gentleman. Look at that, got another person coming through. I'm just framing up this shot down here by the stairs. I'm loving how the light's going down these stairs to one side. It just looks really good. Feels good to be out shooting again on the streets of Perth. Feels like it's been a while. I love how the shadow is on one side and then the light on the other. See if we can get this gentleman. Oh, there was somebody just walking past before. But if I wait long enough, somebody else will be bound to come along. But let's move up a little bit further. That way I've got a better composition. And I think I've got some people coming right now. Here we go. Look at this. Mental. I don't know how much of this you all can see. Oh, hang on, let's get this bus. I don't often see this red bus. No. Higher up. Okay. What I was going to show you just before is these buildings here that's framed up by these trees or the leaves of this tree. But in actual fact, what I'm doing is I want to use this tree here, centered right here in front of me, be the focus, and the buildings be what's going on in the foreground. And there's people there as well, which is really good. Oh, that's insane. Now I've got a family coming as well. All right, we've got the truck. Let's see what's going to look better. Having people walking through the frame like this. Again, it pays to be creative people. Don't always just shoot straight ahead. Sometimes, even if you look up to the sky, you can find some interesting compositions that you can frame up and shoot. All right, I wonder if I can get creative with this 14mm here. All right, let's see if we can get some people walking through the shot here to the left. Amazing. Today's a beautiful day, except again, like I said, I foolishly forgot my hat and I'm starting to get really hot. didn't want to talk while I was taking that shot because I thought I'd let him have a snooze. Sorry everyone, I got to end it here because my head is burning up. I feel the heat of the sun coming down really hard. It's warming up, it's quite hot today. I foolishly have forgotten my hat, but it's still, as short as this video is for this type of thing, POV, I hope you still enjoyed it. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is John. I'm an aspiring photographer here in Western Australia. Like this video, help us out by subscribing, and let us know what you think of the 14mm prime lens. Is it a lens you own? Maybe it's a lens you've been thinking about getting but you're unsure of. Put it this way, with everything that I just mentioned about this lens being lightweight, compact, it's cheaper than the 16-35, and by the time I sell my 16-35 f2.8, which is the version 1, it will cover the cost of this lens. One thing I mentioned in my previous video, if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it in the description down below. When you're taking photos and you're uploading onto Instagram, please use the hashtag #enjoyingphotography_moments for your opportunity to be featured in future videos. With that said, be safe, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next aspiring video. Oh, and have yourself a very Merry Christmas. See you soon. You still here? Come on, if you're here now watching this, you must have to subscribe now. Come on, you've made it this far.